Hello and welcome. I'm going to jump right in because we have breaking news. November 10th, the FDA and HHS are removing the FDA's longstanding black box warning on menopause hormone therapy products, on these estrogen products. Thanks to Dr. Rachel Rubin, Dr. Kelly Casperson, and FDA Commissioner Dr. Marty Makary for their work in getting this done. So the black box warning is the strongest caution label, and it used to warn us that estrogen caused cardiovascular problems, stroke, dementia, and breast cancer. Now, it turns out, of course, that this was not true. We had the Women's Health Initiative 20 years ago, which brought on these fears, and hopefully you have heard about how that study was a poor study, but did inform our use of estrogen and our avoidance of estrogen for the past 20 years. It's funny, I saw someone online who said, can we send an apology to all these women who missed out on this? So we actually have evidence showing that when given early and when given before age 60 and within at the latest 10 years after the start of menopause, which is when you've gone a whole year with no periods, that you actually have better health, less osteoporosis, better mental health, less UTIs, urinary tract infections, which can be life-threatening when we get into our later years, and an increased sense of well-being. So this is important. Let me tell you a story. When I was in perimenopause, I started to have hot flashes and night sweats, and I did many things to try to make this better. Change of clothes and a towel by the edge of the bed, waiting to see. And finally, I said, this is not changing. Everything I do is not working. So I went to my doctor and I said, it's time to talk about hormones. Now, this is my family doctor who I still adore today. But when I said it's time to talk about hormones, she said, I'm afraid of hormones. She put both her hands up. I'm afraid of hormones. And so what I did was I went and added a gynecologist to my team who was educated on hormones, because as many of you have heard now, our primary care doctors and our OBGYN doctors are not well educated in menopause. So anyway, this removal of the black box warning is wonderful because this will give clinicians more confidence to offer evidence-based treatments. It's going to reduce that fear. I can't wait to see my family doctor again and ask her if her fear has gone away for learning how to treat women with menopause hormone therapy. Many women have problems with hot flashes, sleep disruption, sexual pain, brain fog, and many women have a history of osteoporosis in their family, which could be prevented. So I'm hoping that the removal of this black box warning will help even more clinicians want to get educated about menopause therapy so that they can provide individualized care instead of just throwing up their arms and saying, I'm afraid of hormones. Okay, so big news today. I also want to piggyback this with a second study that was presented at the Menopause Society meeting fall of 25 as well. So they looked at 120 million medical records and found that menopause estrogen therapy decreased women's risk of breast cancer, decreased their risk of heart attack and stroke. And when we decrease cardiovascular risk, that also decreases our risk of Alzheimer's disease. So this study, interestingly enough, showed that the earlier you had treatment, the better you did, the better health outcomes you got. So many of us do have this feeling like I did, like, well, I'll wait it out. Maybe it'll get better. Maybe it won't last that long. Maybe it's not that bad. I'm not sure it's bad enough, people tell me. I'm not sure it's bad enough. Should I really go in? Imagine that once you are having these bothersome symptoms, you go in and you get treatment for them. And if estrogen is an appropriate treatment for you, that you get that, and that treating those bothersome symptoms will actually make your health outcomes better in the long run overall. Fascinating, right? So I'd like you to imagine a future where you get the treatment that you need sooner and you're healthier longer. Thanks for being with me today. It is fun to talk about breaking news that's going to help so many people who go through menopause. Thanks for being with me today.